They've looked at everything. He's going to call me tomorrow because I asked him to call me. He's going to call me tomorrow with some stuff, and then he had somebody look over the pings, and they are looking at the fact that she'd been kidnapped.
Excellent. Lovely. Good one, FBI. Alright, so we've gone over this before, but it's worth going over in more detail. Lake's response to Karen's request. He says, Karen, I received your Facebook message regarding Lauren Thompson. Any resource you have available to help us spread the word about Lauren would be much appreciated by our office and certainly by Lauren's family. I am not sure what information you already have, but I will share what we have available if you have a media resource to help us spread the information. Karen's online. She has a response to that, and so do I. How you going, Karen?
Okay.
We're going to stop meeting like this.
Hey. But it just seems like it's getting worse every day, right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking back to that first email that I sent Kevin Lake, and I'm offering my help, and I did learn a few things about the case.
Yeah.
That I thought that he might want to know, and at this time, I didn't know that he was trying to cover it up, and it was right after that I stepped in and started helping the family on this. Well, when he responded back, the one thing just kind of caught my eye, and I questioned it. Even then, I don't know what information you may have, but I'll share the information that I have with you. Well, why aren't you asking me to, tell you the information? Clearly, it's like he didn't care that I had information, or was it the fact that, maybe he thought that I was catching on to something?
He wanted to know what you had, but he didn't want to ask. And he didn't ask what resources you had. So
anybody in that situation, if an officer who's actively looking for a missing person, their response would most likely be, well, can I get, because I even left my number on there.
Yeah.
And, I told him, to call me. Why wouldn't he call me just to tell me or ask me what it was that I had and what information, did I have that could possibly help that case?
That's right. And we raised that point last time, like I said, that we put this up in a previous update, but at that stage we didn't know what we know now. So the only odd question that it was raised at the time that was, he didn't ask you what you had, what resources you had, and that was a bit odd. But now that we are at this point and we know what we know now, it's worth revisiting this and having sort of a call to action and saying, okay, we'll give you a media resource. You don't like me. I'm not a journalist, but I'm a media resource in a sense for the family, for Karen, for Lauren, mainly. But you have to let us pick. You don't get to just bring your little puppet in, Blake, from KLTV like you do on every single piece that goes out there. You have invited us to have a media resource to come in. So are you going to stick to your word and let that happen? What do you think about about letting media in that's not KLTV or their affiliates?
Well, that's the whole thing. We've tried to get other media sources in there, and he shuts them down. Or he will only give them what he wants them to know. He's not letting anybody in there to, like an investigative reporter, go in and actually talk to people and, try to figure this out as well. For somebody to act like that, that means that they're covering up something or they are involved.
Yeah, it's deliberate and obvious stonewalling. Not just on that front, but on the property search front as well. You know, if a property owner doesn't have a problem with searching the land, then who are you to prevent that? It's not your property, and we are not we have not reconsidered our position on having searches. So why can't we have Crime Watch Daily, 48-hour investigative reporters come in? You invited media resources to come in.
I think we both know that answer. There's a lot of things that he's covering up. He doesn't want out there, and I think a lot of it has to do with, you know, the police involvement and covering for other people.
It seems that way, but we can only see what he says, and we've got it in writing. You said your media resource to come in.
When has he ever told the truth about anything throughout this?
Never, but he said it in an email, so it must be true, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay, well, we're asking for a call to action. You said, we've got it there. This is what you said, so stay true to your word. Any thoughts on that? Anything more on Lake?
No, that's it, because right now, I mean, there's a lot more on Lake that I would really want to get out there right now. Actually, there is. Let me tell you one thing.
Woohoo!
Okay, so, you know, there is this, you know, that public corruption side. The first article that came out about, you know, all of this, it's titled Missing in Panola County.
Mm-hmm. About the shoe.
Yes, and, about 85% of that was what Dateline said. And then the rest of it, of course, was what I said. I didn't put my name on that for a reason, because I still wanted to remain low-key under the radar and investigate this privately until, you know, I felt like I had enough to come forward with all of this information. And for him to react the way that he did about all of that when we were just asking questions, it kind of blew my mind, because, you know, it really wasn't an attack at him, but it was just questions. And I knew something was up then, so that's why I just kept digging and digging and digging. One day we got an email from some lady who claimed to be, you know, that we put her in the article and we didn't, and she got in trouble about, you know, from her husband, and she never did any interview for anybody, and she wants that out of there. And the email and then at the end of it, she's talking about, of course, Kevin Lake. Oh, he's a great guy. He would never do anything like that. He's very fair. And I kind of laughed about that, because I kind of figured he was behind that. And the email address that they had was a Gmail. That's what they
had used.
Gmail is what they used to send the article.
Yep.
Or the response against that.
Yeah.
And
I'm laughing because I know what's coming.
Well, I tried to freaking email this person back using that email, and of course it comes back as, like, this email does not exist. And so I was like, okay, I know there's a freaking IP address that comes along with this. Let's run the IP address. And the IP address went straight to the police station, an office at the police station. So somebody in that police station, the Carthage police station, made the fake email address to send that, and then tried to delete it. But they thought we were stupid. You know, we weren't going to figure out who they were. Hello, again, this shows how ignorant they are, because it went straight to that police station. It was so, I think I laughed for about 2 days on that one.
I'm still laughing, and here we would call it Stupidest Cop Shop of the Year. Stupidest Cop Shop of the Year award goes to Carthage Police Station for sending an email with a traceable IP address. I thought you knew better, guys. I thought you knew.
I mean, come on, if you're going to do some stuff like that, I mean, they're cops. Wouldn't they know that there would be an IP address that would come along with that?
You would think so. But this is Carthage and Panola County
Again,
we are dealing with.
Yeah, we are dealing with idiots.
Yeah. So just putting that out there. Yeah.
That was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
There was another instance that happened, and I still kind of lashed out to this day, but I'm gonna wait until next time to bring this one up.
Oh yeah, there's too much for one episode. We'd be here for 80 days recording.
Yeah, I know.
So everyone will remember, if they've watched all of the updates, way back in the beginning when I was digging in this, the first name that kind of came up was Lauren's ex, John Bandy. So I would like to get Karen's new update. This is serious, and there is proof to back it all up, etc., etc. I'll put it out there for you. But Karen, what's the story with Mr. Banji?
On which part? There's two different things here.
Okay.
You know, you've got one where he sends a picture to Lauren of a girl with, like, holding a gun and pointing it out into this wooded area, which just so happens to be that hunting club we were talking about in the last video.
Yeah.
Well, and then he puts a caption under it. I don't remember exactly what the exact words on that, so you may have to say, because I don't have it right in front of me.
It says, go work out.
Yeah, like insinuating for her to run.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna, like, they were hunting her, and many people have overheard him talk about killing her, getting rid of her, and they just made this a whole big game and threw her out there, and pretty much they were hunting her down.
Yeah. We've also got a screenshot of him posting, when's this, 2017, and he has this piece here from Colossians 4:18 and underlines, and if we remember that there are still people being hunted and killed, so why that's underlined, a little bit odd.
Well, I mean, I guess you could tell that that's exactly what he's doing. I mean, that's what you kind of take from that he's hunting people.
Yeah,
and they find this as, you know, I guess they get bored with their lives and need a hobby, and hey, let's just throw some people out there and hunt them.
Well, it's not just that either, is it? I mean, the night before she went missing, he found out that she had slept with Chase previously. So you've got that motive there to kind of get back at her.
Oh, absolutely.
And then his drug debt that he had. Lauren was the exchange.
Yeah, that right there was sent to Lauren not long before she disappeared. He sent that message to her, the girl. And if anybody out there can identify this girl, please come forward, because we're having trouble identifying who this girl is.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, there was another screenshot that we have that John Bandy sent to Lauren, and he took a picture of his computer screen, which showed her bank account.
Yep, got that here.
And he hacked into her bank account and sent it to her, and that was kind of his way of saying, I can hack into anything, I can, you know, I know where you are, I can find out anything.
I can access all parts of your life, yeah. Control.
Yeah, so he had been hacking into her stuff for a long time. And I mean, she received that from his phone, and she was just like, what the hell? Why is he doing this? He never had any of that account information previously.
No.
So it's kind of, this guy was really, really wanting to hurt her. He was wanting to scare her. And unfortunately, I honestly believe that he did hurt her.
I think so. He wasn't there that day from, or any evidence that we've collected.
That's what everybody said.
Well,
but we do have reason to believe that he actually was in town. A few people saw him.
Yeah, well, we don't know. I mean, one thing we do know is that he's the mastermind behind this. that he arranged.
Oh, yeah.
That he arranged this. We know that the car's staged. We know that the ping information doesn't line up. You know, and that's an interlocking issue and at the same time a separate issue. You know, the cover up, which we're kind of.
I even went to her Google account, and you know how Google, you have to, in every phone you sign into, you pretty much have to use a Google account or a Google email to put in that phone.
Yeah.
Well, Google also has this thing where it tracks every move you make. Every location, it will be in that Google account. Well, whenever I got in it to see where all she had been that day, that whole thing had been wiped out.
Yeah.
And she was just saying previously to somebody else, like months before, you couldn't get into her Gmail account because it was saying the wrong password. And so she called Google, and they said there was nothing they could do because they would need that password.
That's a bit ridiculous, isn't it? If you've lost control of your own identity.
Right. That whole thing, this whole thing, it screams John Bandy. Okay, this whole thing it was all him. He set it up. He was having her followed. He was trying to scare her. He was trying to make her look and seem crazy. It's just because of his own jealousy and his remarks of what he said about her being with the black guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, this had been going on right here, hacking into her stuff, you know, long before this all happened to her.
Yeah, they split, I believe, like the end of, or maybe like September last year, and it was going on since then.
Right, and she tried to talk to the police about it, and she tried to tell everybody, and the police were trying to say, oh, no, you know, you're overreacting, or they would blow it off. They wouldn't do anything to help her. And, you know, that guy, there was an officer there, Chris Welks.
Yeah.
Welks. He also is one of John Bandy's best friends.
Yep.
And he also did help set this up with Lauren, set everything up that day.
Yeah, we do have reports of him constantly following her, stalking her.
Right. And then there was another guy, his last name was Garza, that was also best friends with John Bandy. And even John Bandy's mom told me that he was best friends with both of those two cops. And
wasn't there mention about something about a drug deal off Sunset?
Yeah, there was somewhere in Marshall some drug stuff going on over there, and at one of the there was a trap house. Some people were saying, I walked in there, he got freaked out and said that they were skinning people. It wasn't animal skin, it was human skin. And that right there is sick in so many ways. But I can see it happen because of how sick and demented these people are. It may not have anything to do with Lauren, God, I hope not. But the whole fact of it is, you know, this is how cruel these people are. This is how sick they are. And they are willing to do whatever it takes to not get caught.
Yeah, and John Bandy got married to Rose Bishop only just a couple of months after Lauren went missing, and I did try to warn her, and it was met with agitation.
Well, she's going to be next, I know it, because John Bandy, he's not going to. He'll go after her.
He doesn't leave loose ends, and if you continue to choose to not believe this, and as you said, he's a wonderful man, and you know him. You don't, and we don't want you to be the next person who goes missing.
Exactly. I mean, get out while you still can.
Please, just
make peace.
If you don't believe us, go and talk to your circle of friends. Ask them to tell you the truth. Not what you want to hear. If you don't believe us, just please at least do that.
And don't get in trouble for even protecting him.
Yeah, there's
because
that too.
He's not worth it. He is not worth it. Nobody's
Because if he's been protected by Carthage, by Pinole County, you'll get thrown under the bus. And that
Look at Lauren. They never helped her.
No, they didn't.
And his brother, Robert Bandy, let me tell you something. He's just as bad as he is. He's the one that helped set this up.
Yeah.
And he was the one that is dating Shelley, or he was at the time this happened.
Right. Shelley Tipton / Stone / Moore, who was out there that day. Shelley was chasing Lauren. Lester Lewis Jr. was chasing Lauren.
And so was James Jinks.
And James Jinks, who we haven't mentioned until now.
He helps run a lot of the trap houses out there. And he's been busted a few times. And he's got a court date coming up and all that. It's something he got in trouble with back in March. But his house was one of the houses that were raided to see if Lauren was there. But the whole thing with that is somebody tipped him off because there were a few people that knew about the raid before the raid happened. So there was one cop in there that kind of gave them a heads up. He knew he had to get everything out of there.
Probably it would have had to have been Wilkes, I would imagine. Unless there's more than one dirty cop, which wouldn't surprise me, but
well, no,
I don't know that.
There's a lot of dirty cops here.
Yeah.
Sarah Field, I know she's dirty. She is.
That leads us into our next topic about a conversation that was had in February, I believe. Do you want to fill us in on that a little bit?
Yes. Well, this person actually found out, and I'm not releasing names. This is pretty serious.
Yeah.
This can get this person killed. But this person found out where Lauren was buried. Went to Sarah Fields about it. A couple of days later, this girl was arrested on charges that she had back in 2017 and that she already served her time for. And while she was in custody, they threatened her. And don't think that the FBI doesn't know about this.
They do.
That this is how far they're willing to go to shut people up. This is the reason why we say that town is corrupt. Those cops are corrupt. What they have their hands in, I honestly believe they're getting paid to turn their heads when all of this stuff is going down, the drugs, the sex trafficking.
We can clearly show that this person served their time and then the charge was given, told to shut up, don't say anything.
And now this person is scared for her life, which I would be too. But it's not right.
No.
This is stuff that has been addressed to the FBI. There's a lot more out there. Okay, there's a lot more that's happened. There's a lot more that we know about. But I can't release a lot of it.
No. And
I'm releasing what I can right now to let everybody know what really is going on out there.
Yeah. There's a time and a place for everything, and this is the time for this information to come out.
We should stand up together these people should get together as a community and fight this.
Yeah.
Don't be scared. You shouldn't be scared to live in your own town because of the cops.
No.
Stop. And I'm going to do everything I can, everything in my power to make sure that happens. And I will bring every single one of those people down. And don't think that people aren't talking. I have enough evidence to put Kevin Lake in prison for a long time. And trust me, I will make sure it happens.
So will I. It started here, and it's going to end here somehow. And I just hope that we can bring Lauren home, whatever the true story is. But
we're not doing this we're not just throwing out lies. We're not just making up stuff. This is proven things that we
researched, backed up.
Yes. we are able to back all of this up, and a lot of it we can't show you because of we don't want that thing getting out there.
You know, these people need to be brought to justice. So what is the point of us putting stuff out there and tainting it for, you know, a future trial date or, you know, a jury or anything like that? We're not going to do that.
More people are going to go missing if we don't stop it. The people here, everybody that's listening right now, this could be your child. You know, this could be your mom. This could be your dad. It could be anybody.
Yeah.
And then you're going to want to listen to what I had to say or what you had to say.
And it'll be too late.
Yeah, it's going to be too late. Take a stand now. We have to stop this.